Right now, state health officials say 1 in 48 Coloradans are infected with COVID-19, and our hospitals have fewer than 100 ICU beds available across the state. They're hoping those numbers are going to start to change as more children get their vaccines. As parents try and schedule vaccine appointments for the young children, it comes with a little bit of reluctancy.
Of course, for many children, the fear of needles is very real, and 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry spoke to a mom who knows a thing or two about that.
With 3 kids under 7, it didn't take too much time for Cassie Long to realize her children are not one and the same.
My 4-year-old son, yeah, he doesn't like shots, but it's not the same level of intensity where it takes my husband and I both with my daughter to help her.
So when 6-year-old Meredith became eligible for the COVID vaccine, Mom knew she wanted her daughter to have it, but knew it would be tough to get her there.
It was like lead test or something. She was maybe 2 years old, not even, I don't know. And she passed out from it. Like, it's just been like, she's just one of those kids that's a little more sensitive.
Statistically speaking, a lot of kids have a fear of needles. According to a study published by the National Institute of Health, a majority of children exhibited needle fear, but it decreased with age.
We estimate about 2/3 of kids have a fear of needles. Sometimes as parents, we actually can make things more stressful because they feel our feelings.
Dr. Cheryl Ziegler, a family and children's psychologist, says the biggest thing parents can do is be honest with their kid, walk them through what will happen, provide a distraction like a game or a toy, and create incentive, a reward once they got the shot. All things Long said she did with her 6-year-old Meredith.
I mean, Meredith was on board. She was reasonable. Okay, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be great. I'm so excited for my toy.
And while the experience was still tough, for Meredith and her family, it was worth it.
We phrased it to my children, even as young as my 4-year-old, that we are doing something to keep other people safe. And I think it's a really good and important lesson to teach your kids.
Now, for those kids that are a little older and are still hesitant, Dr. Ziegler encourages parents to have a conversation. Figure out if the hesitancy is because of a fear of needles or a fear of the vaccine. She says the best thing you can do is ask your child what they know about the shot. What are their friends telling them? And go from there, Kim.
And tell them Meredith did it, and she was great.
She was a trooper, that is for sure. And, you know, it obviously isn't the easiest, but her parents understand just how important it is to get vaccinated right now.
Yeah, I like what they told them, you know, to keep everybody else safe, too. Thank you, Jaleesa. The vaccine is given to kids 3 weeks apart, so even if your child already got that first shot, they likely couldn't get both shots before Thanksgiving. A person isn't considered fully vaccinated until 2 weeks after their second shot. So a lot of families have partially vaccinated children at the Thanksgiving table this year. Parents want to know, is that safe? Former FDA Commissioner Dr. Scott Gottlieb says yes.
Children who are partially vaccinated have some immunity, and they're going to be more protected in that environment. But I think using testing smartly in those settings can help protect that setting.
Dr. Gottlieb is also a Pfizer board member. He says he expects broad immunity against COVID among younger children as more of them get vaccinated. That's because he believes children will be more willing to be vaccinated than adults have been.
Well, here we are a week into November, but boy, was it beautiful outside. And if you were inside watching the Broncos, it was really beautiful. But as far as these temperatures, Kathy, up near record highs and just gorgeous weather for this time of year.
I know, it's almost too nice, right?
Yeah.
It's like, where is our first snow? This is a little crazy, but yes, very enjoyable and a nice way to kind of move into that whole, daylight saving time coming to an end thing, because that's a transition for many of us. A beautiful weekend. Yesterday, a record high of 80. Today, so close to the record. As a matter of fact, we just missed it by 1. 77 degrees in Denver, the record 78, and we're still 70 downtown, 62 at DIA, 65 in the Parker area. Notice the blue color on the current temperature map. That is some cooler air with a front that's coming in tonight. And that means these warm temperatures, record high temperatures, all that's coming to an end for the next couple of days. It is a beautiful sunset. The sunrise this morning was fabulous as well. Winds are light and will be increasing, bringing in a few high clouds. Still concerns for high fire danger over the southern foothills, Colorado Springs down to Alamosa, out through Salida. red flag warning out through 6 o'clock for gusty winds, low humidity. We're starting to see the influx of high and mid-level clouds with a front that unfortunately is going to come in rather dry for the front range. Temperatures are going to come down 15 to 20 degrees tomorrow, but all of the advisories for precipitation cover California, Oregon, and Washington, and we're not going to get a lot of water out of the clouds that roll through late tonight and early tomorrow. So yes, a few more clouds tomorrow, a cooler day tomorrow, but not a bad Monday. We're 70 now. We'll drop into the 60s as the sun is setting now an hour earlier, and then we'll be down into the upper 40s by early tomorrow morning. In our main weather section, we're going to talk about the cool front coming in, what that means. We have a second storm later in the week that'll bring some mountain snow. I'll detail all that with your extended forecast just ahead.